Hello. Hello, everybody. Hi, it's me. Thank you. I was going to be on, I thought it was going to be around 12 o'clock, but I was just a little bit late. I had a couple of things I had to finish. That's cool. How are you all? Okay. Hello, Canary. Thanks so much for being here today. Kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the Lionsgate energy, and I'll be back on the 8th to be live to do some work with that too. Hey, Karen. Hi, Marissa. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. So really looking forward to just sort of catching up with a few people as well. See how you're coping with all this energy that's around, of course. Hi, Victoria. Hi, everybody. Oh, hey, Johnny Williams is here as well. So thanks for tuning in. I hope that you will enjoy the messages. Let me just move over this way a little bit better. Lisa, all right. So I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do today. Just kind of want to talk a little bit about the energy that's coming up, the Lionsgate portal. So last Monday was the 26th of July, and that was the beginning of the Lionsgate opening. So this portal begins to open, and it reaches a peak on the 8th of the 8th and starts to shut down again. And I'm going to read to you a little bit about it. Obviously, you can look that stuff up too. Yeah, when this Lionsgate portal is here, as I told you before, the energy. Hey, G, hey Stella, thanks so much for coming in. The energy starts to become extremely strong. So things that were bothering you in the past may get even worse. Frustrations may get heightened. People, places, situations that you've been dealing with for a while, they start to be more in your face, right? A little bit more. Hey, Candy, welcome, Sarah. Okay. So what we're going to do is just sort of uplift ourselves a little bit. Obviously, I'm always telling you guys, oils, use your crystals, work with your angels. Try not to give into it as being a bad thing. So if you're feeling lots of different symptoms, don't sit there feeling like, this is horrible. I hate this. Why can't I feel better? Sort of just change it all around. So I'm just going to take us through a little bit of a meditation today as well to bring in some extra light for us and, bring in some healing, of course. I want to say a special shout out to the people that were with me last week, the beginning of the Lionsgate for the whole week, doing the connection with the angels and attunements, etc. It was awesome. And I kind of miss it. So today was the first day last week. And we had such an amazing time during the week and so much insight. So luckily, if you were a part of that group, with me, you may be feeling a lot better than some people who have just been getting bombarded with the energy. So we've been gently bombarded with the energy, right? So someone tried to give me a V doll, everything. Oh, so yeah, not good. My husband's here. Hi, Marion. So yeah, we're sort of just going through another phase together. Okay, we're going through a different sort of focus for ourselves. We're building up in intensity. We need to use this spiritual energy to our benefit and for the world's benefit, of course. And I was just on TikTok. I just made a quick 3-minute video on TikTok. Like, oh my gosh, that is really difficult to use, that thing. Don't like that. So, hey, Karen. So that's, but there's little videos on TikTok. So if you could also follow me there at BDevine Online. I'm trying to do it so that I can be live as many places and platforms as I can be as well. So my husband has been waiting for me to come online too. And also yesterday, just if you're on Instagram, there was somebody who was posing as me on Instagram, and they had a page called BDevine_miracles _page. And they were sending everybody all these inboxes and asking basically for work. And it was all my picture. It was all my things, etc. And so I just sent Instagram a message And they were onto it pretty much straight away. I sent the person a message and said to them, you really need to stop what you're doing, etc. And they wrote back and said, you need to help me or else I'm going to keep impersonating you. And so I just reported it again and it went away. So just be, and it gets very easy. Just keep trying. Okay, cool. I need to be there. I know. I want to be on TikTok. I'm just going to keep going with it because I've seen some crazy stuff on there and I kind of want to bring something that's a little bit, I don't know. Yep, don't have TikTok. I never wanted it either. I don't, I use a different email for it and everything, so I'm not bombarded with stuff. But need to put the light everywhere, right? Need to put the light in as many places as we can. Thanks, Lovey. Oh, thanks, Marissa. I just saw your video today with your meal replacement cookies and cream. Good for you. So my husband and I have also discussed, and we're going to also, if anyone's interested, we're going to also do a talk about our transition into a more raw diet and how you can make it really easy on yourself to transition, where you're not just cutting everything out completely, that you can transition into this nice and gently and start feeling better. Your joints are going to feel better. There's going to be no phlegm in your body. There's going to be, your eyes are going to look different. Your skin's going to be glowing. Everything's going to start to change. And the added bonus is you shift out any weight that's been extra too. So, we're going to do that talk on raw food. I want to assure you that it's extremely easy the way that we've been doing it. And there are extreme things that people do. And we had to do it nice and easily for ourselves as well. So we'll show you all those secrets. You don't have to get old. You don't have to be living in a body that's pulling itself around, and you don't have to be in pain, and you don't have to have arthritis or any of those things happen. And, I'm healthier than I've ever been, in my later 40s now. So, I'm still going to be a kid. I'm still going to be myself. And it really, really helps. So, awesome, Lovey. Yeah, the last time that I did it, I know the mistakes that I made now. So the last time that I was doing all the raw food stuff, I wasn't having things that were organic. I was just eating whatever I could get my hands on. And that was half the problem, was the chemicals in the food. So I do recommend that's the only stipulation that I'm going to make for you, is that you do it organically. So anyway, thank you so much. You've got Eliza. Everybody seems to be here. I'm blown away by how many people are here today on a Monday. On a Monday afternoon, no less. So I'm going to be talking about the Lions Gates. No worries. Hi, Marianne from Western Australia. It's where I went to school, in Western Australia. So I was in Western Australia from 5 to 13, so all that time. And Adelaide up until 5, and then Western Australia in Perth, etc. So I'm a West Australian kid, played netball there, all those netball courts. Yeah, at 3 p.m. Yeah, as many smoothies as you can get in, right? But I want to explain it in a way that's different to what other people are teaching on the raw food stuff. So I want to assure you that you can do it, and add in some of the things that you like to have as you're transitioning through, and until you get to the point where you're ready to change everything completely, right? Okay, everybody. So we're just gonna talk a little bit about this Lions Gate. 8th of the 8th is the peak. All right, that's my son's birthday, but I will be here doing something with you all to bring in that energy and really attune to the energy. So it's one of the luckiest days of the year. So I'm just reading this article from bustle.com. So I just was quickly wanting to talk to you guys about this. So it says, get ready to manifest some serious Leo season magic, because the 8th of August is also a new moon. So we'll be doing all kinds of stuff, new beginnings then. So the Leo sun and the bright star Sirius will create a cosmic alignment, right? Known as the Lion's Gate portal. This spiritual vibe is being amplified even more intensely this year thanks to the new moon in Leo taking place on the same day, right? So it is crazy. Luckiest day of 2021. So you want to use this opportunity to manifest abundance and dream big. So it's a combination of the sun being in its home sign, Leo, okay, Leo sun, the star Sirius rising in the skies, which becomes visible on August the 8th each year, and the numerological meaning of the number 8, which is amplified on the 8th of the 8th. So collectively, these factors vibrate with this energy, all these things lining up, right? So I can't see your comments right now. Sorry, guys. While celebrating the Lionsgate portal activation is popular within the New Age practices, 8-8 has been celebrated as a spiritual date for thousands of years, of course. So Sirius's rising in alignment with the sun was considered to be a significant event in many ancient cultures. Civilization as far back as the Dogon tribe of Africa, of course, Sumer, and ancient Egypt tracked the Sirius star system across the sky, despite lacking any modern technology. So Sirius's alignment with Earth also coincides with the Orion constellation aligning perfectly with the pyramids of Giza, creating a trinity of alignments which open the Lionsgate portal. So this is a huge, but we're in it now. It's beginning to open more and more and more, the closer we're getting to the 8th of the 8th. And the new moon occurring at the same date is crazy. So the 2021 Lionsgate portal is slated to be even more spiritually potent than normal, right? Windows of opportunity, manifesting abundance, all those sorts of things, right? So the new moon energy is on the 8th of the 8th, which will bring a new beginning. And then we have a full moon on the day after my birthday, which is the 22nd of August, which will be when the full moon is, and it's a blue moon as well, right? So August, I'm telling you now, if you want to know about sort of predictions, I really hate doing that, but August is the month where there's so many shifts and there's so many changes and there's so many radical things that happen, and it all starts happening like really, really quickly, that it's going to be difficult to remain grounded, but you're going to have to remain grounded. Okay, make sure that you are waking up in the morning, pulling all of yourself back into your own being, bringing yourself into alignment, making sure that you are, watching your thoughts, watching your energies, make sure you're using your crystals. This is my crystal ball, your aura light, never far away from me. I've actually got a tiger's eye on right now, and I'm really liking the groundedness of the tiger's eye. And of course, that's a labradorite pendant. These ones are making as well. But, be very, very in tune with yourself and listen to those first instincts that you have. Don't get yourself caught up in any kind of argument, problem, issue, someone's agenda, someone's belief system. Don't justify yourself. None of it. Okay. And that may be hard. And some people love to challenge, right? They really love to challenge things all the time. Welcome in for the people that are here. Thank you so much. So what we have to do, I guess, is, as our light worker energy is awakening more and more and more, as it's lifting and as it's awakening and as we're doing things and as we're doing all the right things, then we're going to be led in the right directions. We're going to have these manifestations occur. We're going to be able to spread more light on the earth. We're going to be able to feel this energy inside of ourselves. Right. And one of the ways that you can get a lot of clarity also is with your diet, of course, also. Right. So, I was already doing this work a long, long time, been on and off different things, but coming back more into smoothies and fruits and vegetables and all that sort of stuff, like a lot of it. it really makes you clear in the head. So if one of the things is that you've got foggy brain, okay, although that can be a symptom of a lot of things, maybe just try to at least drink, yourself a smoothie in the morning instead of having some eggs and bacon and stuff. Like, have a smoothie. Fruit should be like the first thing you have. So good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So going to do a little bit of pulling us in, okay, sorting us out a little bit. Do a little bit of a meditation, all right? And from there, I don't know, I'm thinking about cards, I'm thinking about things like that, but it may just be intuitive messages that I give you today. Maybe just thinking about number one and number two, and I'll just trust the messages are going to be accurate. Sometimes it can just be a little harder, not because of the messages, but because of the length of the message. May also be a little shorter. When you have the cards up, you can go on for a while. But I'll just trust that you're going to get the right message, and that might be how I do it. But right now, let's attune into the Lionsgate frequency, okay? Let's ground ourselves. Let's connect into the earth, right? As I do. And accepting our sovereign energy also, and allow some healing to come into our life, all right, and some growth and some clarity. So what I want you to do is, if you have a question, you're going to receive a yes or no answer during this today, or you may receive a message, like a longer message as well, all right? So let's just do this at first, just to ground our energy, all right? So close your eyes for a moment. Okay. Just feel the energy for a moment. Okay, so just listen to my words, and then I'm going to just take you on a little meditation. As a sovereign being of light, I hereby call upon my spiritual light team, angels, guides, loved ones, ancestors, animal guides, gods and goddesses, celestial beings of light, all those that work with me on my journey. I call you forward now. I call upon my higher self that is always connected to Source. And I call upon Source energy, connecting with me now, and grounding my energy into the center of the earth, just allowing anything I don't need to move through my lower chakras and out my feet into the earth. And connect right up into the center of the universe now, right into the Lionsgate energy, this cosmic portal of light. Creating a golden shaft of light, moves down from the universe, down through your crown, out through your feet, and back up again from the center of the earth. And it forms itself into a beautiful golden pyramid spinning around you now. You're sitting inside the pyramid of light. It's beginning to spin. Protecting you, grounding you, connecting you, and bringing now beautiful healing energy that begins to flow right from the top of your head down, just feel rested and relaxed in your pyramid of golden light. And just in front of you on the wall of the pyramid, you can start to see an enormous iPad screen right in front of you. And you can take your finger and slide across or back. It has your name right in the center of the screen. And so now, just say to yourself, what do I need to know? And flip the screen to the right with your finger. The answer will be written on the screen. Just take notice. You can also ask your light team to show you on the screen or tell you the message. What do you need to know? Now you can say, what do I need to let go of? And use your finger to move the screen the opposite direction. Feel the answer, see the answer, accept the answer. It may come in symbols. It may come as a feeling, or it may come later. And now the spiritual light team wash over you with pure white light. And just aligning all of your energy centers in the body. And you can stay in this pyramid and receive messages as you're listening or whenever you need to. Bringing all the parts and pieces of who you are back to your physical body. And we give thanks that this is done through all layers of our beings with unconditional love and light. We seal this energy in love and light. And so it is. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take a deep breath is usually good. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So obviously needed to sneeze. Okay. So let's see. Did anybody receive a special message or get the feeling that your message is coming later? Thank you. Definitely. Don't you just love that iPad thing? Away we go. Back and forth. What do we want to know? Excellent. So I'm just going to use some sage. Where is my sage? Okay. Welcome. We're going to do questions in groups today, okay? So number 1 or number 2, and I'm just going to intuitively give messages for you guys. First, I'm just going to... Awesome. All right. Okay. 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 All right, everybody. This is just because I love sage, right? So I'm just sort of blowing the sage in, get into that mode. Number 1 or number 2, okay? What I'm going to be doing is just telling you what I think is sort of taking place, etc., what might be going on. Just get a feeling about it. As I said, more on Sunday, I believe it is, when we do the Lionsgate energy. All right, we'll do more work then. But right now, I just wanted to bring us all into that aligned energy as well, so we can focus. I'm always going to recommend for any of you selenite balls, crystal balls as well. And the reason why you want to have a ball, okay, not just because they're cool, but you're going to use them. You're going to pick them up. You're going to play with them, right? So you're getting all the energies. You're going to more than likely play with the crystal ball more than anything else, right? As well. So if you haven't been here, before, like Radha, with predictions and marriage and all that sort of stuff, of course that come up, but it's always your choice what you're going to do. This is the thing. You need to focus in a different way when you're on this channel, especially. Yep, I've got more. There's a huge one there, okay, but I've also got some others that I've got to put up as well. So what I want you to do is try to just focus for a moment, okay? Yep, there's no one future. The way that I see things is going to be more about your journey, okay? What you need to pay attention to, perhaps, or sometimes there's things about things coming up as well that can be there, right? So let's go. Again, it may be a little bit boring because there's no cards or anything like that, but we'll see how we go. Might pull some cards at the end, okay, just to sort of verify, I guess, the information. So for number 1, okay, the feeling that I'm getting is that there's things that is past energy, past upsets, things that are still, on your mind. And I really do get the feeling of the angels that are working with you on clearing karmic energy. So what I'm getting for number 1 is there's definitely a position that you are in or have just been in that is very karmically related. I feel like it may be bothering you more so than feeling wonderful or whatever. Whatever this situation is that you're dealing with or have been dealing with has been something that has been very karmically related, and it's only disturbing you because you're starting to work out. You're sort of starting to work out how long something has been going on. I'm not sure whether this is making sense to you, but how long something has actually been going on, that is what's bothering you. So for example, someone going out of their way to be seemingly a friend to you, but really what you start to work out is there's been some kind of an agenda, or there's some frustration with family members, or there's someone that doesn't understand what you're saying, or you've tried to explain yourself 1,000 times, and it still doesn't seem to matter, right? So there's some energy with you, number 1, that is past related. It's not in your best interest to continue to think about it. This is one aspect of things for you, number 1. The second thing is that because of this karmic energy, that you're starting to sort these things out actually quite quickly. You're starting to work things out a lot faster than you did before. But because of this energy, you've also brought yourself into a strain of abundance sort of coming in. So, abundance of joy, and abundance of finances, and abundance of people, maybe, or new situations. There's something that you're starting to connect in different ways. I think that your way of thinking and the way of doing things has also shifted significantly, maybe even since this time last year. So you have this, you also have or have been worried about something that you've been looking for. There seems to be that there's something lost, okay? Something that you've been looking for, something that's lost. Rashmi, you already know the answer to that song, to your question. You already know the answer to your question. And I've told you this a few times now. So just be having faith as well. All right. So number one, it's like there's something that is being, you need to sort of figure it out. You need to find something, or you've lost your keys, or you've been looking for something anyway, right? It may have a sentimental type of a meaning for you. It may be something that you've been focused on, or maybe you've been just looking for the meaning of these lessons that you've been going through, or the meaning or the motive of some people. You've been looking for, someone says they've been looking for their glasses. Yeah, so I can see you looking for something, right? And I don't know, it's just like a puzzle that's going on in your mind, okay? And maybe that's an energy that everybody also has, is this puzzle where you're trying to figure out, well, what's going to happen now? There's all this stuff happening here, and nobody can travel, and nobody can do anything, and what's going to happen? And it might be World War III, and maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like there's this lot of energy of what's happening? What can I do? How can I fix something? Someone tell me, what's going on? And in a sense, if you continue to focus on what seems to be or appears to be going on right now, you're never going to get an answer for it. You're not going to even want to have the answer for it, right? Because our energy needs to be going up, right? So looking for things, looking for answers, looking for items, that's the sense I'm getting from number one. And maybe there's an overthinking thing as well that's been happening. I also feel like you're undergoing, this is number one, all right? So there's a lot of bits and pieces that are coming for number one. Number two will be in just a moment. For number one, I also feel like there is a need for you to heal something. I say that because it's like you're ignoring something about yourself that you need to fix, and you just need to have an answer for. You can do it yourself also. The energy with you is that, you're focused on this. You're focused on healing this thing, but you're thinking about it so much. So you're just creating it as being there, right? So it's like you have to focus on it as being already taken care of. There's just this little bit of thing happening here. I also get this feeling of the sun being extremely important to your energy right now, number one. Sun gazing, or having your crystals out in the sun, or just spending that little bit more time in the sun. So the energy is healing. You're focusing on this thing too much. Your abilities are there. You have the abilities to heal. You have the abilities of foresight. You have the connection to the divine. You've got all the energy there, but you second guess yourself. It's just the little thing that just needs to shift. And it just comes from an overthinking habit, or a habit of being wrong, or I'm last, or someone else is first, kind of thing. So there's all this sort of stuff happening, and you're also out of your body a lot, number one. So what I mean by that is there's a couple of reasons for that. One is traumatic. So when there's trauma that's happened, if we imagine ourselves as a child, and, what we do is we try to get out of our physical body if something is happening. So we will not want to see that. We will not want to have that happen. This happens a lot with people who've been through abuse as a child, is that they're like, they can feel the energy of something happening, so they just escape out of their body energetically. The thing happens, and then they try to get themselves back into their body, right? This flight, it's kind of like a flight response, a little bit different, but it is like a flight response, is happening to you when you're misplacing things, is that you're not grounded, you're not in that body, you've been out of your body doing stuff during the night, whatever it is for you, or there's been a trigger point of trauma that you've had, and you've just gone over here, and it's been really hard for you to get back here into the here and now, or just the earth stuff, what's happening. I don't want to know about it. I'm going to go into spiritual energy, and you're out of that physical body, which causes a lot of problems. So we can come out of our physical body, but we must be tethered to it, right? And that's not what's happening very well for you, number one. You're getting out, but you're having trouble getting yourself grounded and back in. I also feel for number one, there's lasting, loving energy there. So there's something or someone that you're connected to is going to last. Someone is asking about relationships. It's either a friendship or a more romantic energy, and it's going to be more lasting. So this is also coming in. Archangel Michael, of course, we've already connected with Archangel Michael this morning, because if you were watching me on my other channel, he came through, and I feel like he's kind of like the go-to supreme protector for everybody. And I think you're just kind of forgetting a little bit to ask with expectation when you need it. All right. So you have this past karmic energy going on, number one. You're very confused about someone, some situation, something that's happening. You're trying to figure out why this may be happening, and that you're figuring out also for some of you that someone has had an agenda for a long time, and it just baffles your mind because you're not like that. That's what happens sometimes to myself is, someone will treat me in a certain way, and I'm like, I wouldn't have even thought of that, because I don't do that. So how do people even think of these things, devious ways to rip you off, or, be passive aggressive, or whatever they want to be, right? I don't think that way. So it's always a surprise. Even though I might get a feeling about someone or whatever, I'm not connected to that feeling. It's just a feeling. And then they do something. I'm like, well, there's the feeling, but why would they bother doing that, right? Don't even realize. So the energy coming in for you, number one, even though it seems like it's confusing right now, there's a lot of information that's spinning around. You must bring yourself back into your body, go back to basics, okay? Know that when something is really, really rough, like we have to hit rock bottom for everything to change, and maybe you're in that energy as well. So, don't judge one situation into the next, because what can end up happening is if you have had bad situations with people or something, you're going to be wary. So you're going to make sure that you're healed before you move into the next situation, because everyone deserves a chance, right? We want a chance with ourselves. So we can't just think, okay, this person is a little strange, but, maybe they're going to do what the last person did and blah, 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 blah. We can't think like that. Everyone does deserve a chance, but we must trust our first instinct as well about everything, right? So number one, allow this karmic time as it comes up to the surface and things are kicking out. That's what I really feel is the biggest thing for you, is that you're being counseled here. You're being counseled. You're being shown a lot of stuff right now. Pay attention. And it's not being judgmental to trust your instincts, because that's what I used to say to myself. Oh, I don't want to be judgmental to somebody. I'm getting this feeling that they're a jerk, but I don't want to be a judgy kind of, they seem to be all right. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter how they seem to be. That first instinct is your answer. And it stings every single time if you don't listen to it. And if you're afraid that you're being judged, for example, if you're afraid that you're being too judgy or over someone, make sure you just pull yourself into that place of protection that we did at the beginning of this exercise, and then ask the question. If you're really worried, you've got to make sure you're in that place of receiving. Hi, Katie Cat. So welcome to people that are just coming in, Desiree. What I've been doing is just intuitive messages. So number one, okay, pretty much there's confusion. There's a little bit of answers that you need to get. There's a little bit of karmic energy, but at the same time, there's abundance, there's healing. There's changes that are occurring, and it's time to shift up in those levels. And don't worry about these people that do what they do. They're just gonna they need help, and maybe they'll see your ascending energy and go, you know what, I'm gonna have to lift if I want to be a part of that kind of thing. Don't lower your standards for anyone. Okay, someone's really annoying you, you never let them know that, because they win like every single time. It's like you have to be on top of the game all the time. Now for number two, I think that your energy is more about protection right now. Psychic energy is coming in, which means that it can be very confusing. I want people to understand the protective qualities of the angels, because if you're not protected, then you're vulnerable. And when you become vulnerable and your energy weakens, that's when, negative energy, it just loves to have that hold on you or make you believe that it does. Now, what I'm sort of getting from number two is this sensation of worry, this sensation of stress, maybe concerning money, work, etc. Also, that there's just stuff that's happening at night. This is for number two. It's that thing that I was talking about with the like being out of your body kind of thing. It feels like something is at you at night. Maybe it's thoughts, because we have those thought forms, and negative thought forms that we have sit in and around the body, right? At nighttime is usually when people are supposed to be obviously in their energy of the most rest, right? But sometimes what can happen is that before you're going to bed, you get into a habit of looking at your tablet or your phone. Okay, I'm going to do this, and then just one more thing, and then I'm going to do that, and which just creates this electricity, and it can be really hard for you to settle, and then it gets into a pattern of just being up, right? So what can happen is that you're lowering your energy all the time, which allows the vulnerability to occur, a weakening of your aura, and, in comes something negative. And sometimes it happens as nightmares. Sometimes it just happens as a feeling of being squashed. Sometimes it just happens with something really frightening you, or that your fears start to repeat in your head. And this can cause like a sensation of being paranoid or a deeply anxious within yourself. So the energy is for you of protection. It's of breaking free of patterns that have been causing you to, stress inside of yourself. There's something or someone is completely irritating you, number two. It kind of feels like a group of people that are irritating you, all right? And it's like I want to say the right way that it's sort of coming to me. It's like this. You can't let something go. You've been hurt maybe one too many times, or someone has created a it's kind of like with my dad. It was always like down, down, down. Everything you do is down. You're always trying to get up, 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 and it's down, 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 down. So someone's always pushing you down, making you feel like you're trying to, breathe, right? Yeah. See, so mosquito bites. If someone is, if you're getting mosquito bites or insect bites, that's literally someone biting at you, right? Energetically at you, kind of thing. Okay. that happens as well. It happens to me sometimes. I get them. One time I was staying at my husband's friend, or they used to be friends, house, and her house, and there was like 79 or something mosquito bites. Now, if that's not somebody at me, I don't know what is. But turned out it was her. But still, 79 bites. My legs were like driving me insane, right? As well. So yeah. So when we're vulnerable, when we're tired, when we're not thinking, when we're stressed out, and people take medications and prescription drugs and all the things that lower stuff, you've got to, if you have to take prescription drugs, it's just like if you had to have the V thing, you're going to have to make your body just get rid of that, flush it out, not have it, right? Because it's foreign. Your body is rejecting it the whole time, So it lowers your actual vital energy that's surrounding you. I also feel for number 2 that there needs to be a time of peace, like in your life. So and patient in your life, right? Really, really patient with yourself. Yeah, I know it was 79 because my husband counted them all. Like my legs were just like, itching like crazy. But there's something to do with patience with you, number 2. Like it's just about here. So don't get yourself all frustrated, worked up and stressed out because your life is just about to change. Sometimes what happens to people, and this may be something that happens to you, number 2, sometimes is that you get so worked up about something that it's really hard to remember, the angels are there, right? It's really hard to remember that the energy's there when everything's going wrong. And this happens a lot, where people will accidentally, I guess, like they've been dying to say something about their situation or whatever it is. And then out comes the big, okay, this is happening to me and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sick of this. And they'll say something or rant and rave. And then everything changes and they're like, oh my God, now I'm embarrassed. Okay. So this could be a cycle that happens to you as well, right? So a cycle of, getting really, really worked up and frustrated, maybe even saying something to friends or something online or whatever. And then all of a sudden everything changes and you feel like, stupid. So this is also telling you to be extremely patient with yourself right now, right? We can't wave a magic wand and make everything change immediately. But if you are expecting better things to come, even when everything is falling down around you and everything is hard, everything is really difficult, and you're still maintaining this strength about yourself, that is when very quickly you win, right? So for number 2, it feels also that there is something that's coming up that could be a loss or you've just had one. This is, you may be getting a lot of signs about this. You may have to pay attention to, like when you've had a loss before with someone in your life, for example, there were signs that led up to that taking place. And for number 2, you may be experiencing some signs right now, which is also another confusing kind of energy. You're really encouraged to get to the water. I hope that you can get close to water wherever you live, because that's something that's really important to you right now. Or a lake or a reservoir, even any body of water, it seems to be something that is going to really help you and recharge things as well. The other energy that I'm sort of seeing here is something happening very suddenly. This is for number 2. So something happening really suddenly, where you will have to pack a bag and go, or someone invites you somewhere and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to go. Or you make a decision to go somewhere once and for all, and you just stick to that decision and away you go. But there's something coming up where you're going to need to be ready. So remember that these readings are just broad because there's so many people that I'm reading for. There's people that'll watch later on, you know. So I'm trying to just take the main points. So number 2, there is something bothering you at night. This is stemming from overthinking. It's stemming from overstimulation, okay? And maybe listening to too many opinions all at once as well. And the need for more protection, going back into that basic energy of calling in your guides and your angels and making sure you're connected into the earth and above, making sure you're in your pyramid. Okay, your pyramid is so important because it can protect you against anything. The pyramid protects you against anything. So energize. Okay, yes, you lucky duck. Me being from Australia and, you know, just having water around all the time, you know, it's been difficult being stuck in Colorado where there's no real water around, at least not the seawater. But my husband and I are going away next week. So we are going to go and just do an overnight somewhere alone because we haven't even had a break since all this with my dad. And you know, we got the new dog and the 3 dogs and, you know, craziness with work and webinars and channelings and just it's just constantly auctions, you know, it's just always going on. So whether my husband knows it or not, next week he's taking me somewhere. Okay, so there you go. So there's loss. The angels are also asking you to trust in your process of grief. For some people, there's actual grief, and there's some people there's loss. Okay, but there's some people that are you know, have lost their, or sort of are experiencing loss from a long time ago, that it's coming back up. Maybe something's reminding you of someone or a situation or something like that. And there's this experience of grief. Grief can make you do all kinds of stuff, right? You just, with the pyramid, with the copper wire that we have, the orgonite, you can just put them anywhere that there's negative energy or hold them in your hands to meditate. But those particular orgonite pyramids that we have a whole lot more that are coming back onto the website. So keep an eye on the website as well, because they'll be there. Also different types of crystal balls as well. I've got some labradorite balls coming. But yeah, you know, that you just use them, you just hold them, you just work with them as much as you want to or not. So people are, yeah, Marianne, really, really sorry to also hear about your sister. It's like a lot of people are transitioning right now as well, right? So we have to be very mindful of our energy in every direction, in every place, at every time, right? We have to be very, very mindful that we're going up and we're not listening to things that are bringing us down. Okay, joy is the highest vibration. So we have to make sure we're also doing that as well. Bring in the angels of protection. Sometimes the 3 o'clock in the morning thing, a lot of people are awake at that time. 1, because loved ones are trying to connect with you. 2, because that's when there's a lot of energy that's around, like from the spirit world at night. And 3, it's just like your body clock is waking up because of something that's going on physically with you as well. So different times of the night are different physical parts of the body also. All right, so people are awake, and so then it becomes a habit, you know. So what I learned years and years and years ago was if I keep waking up at a certain time and I can't sleep, I make myself do that whole 24-hour thing. Like I don't go to sleep, and then I'm just so exhausted that by the time it's like, you know, 9 o'clock, the following night, I'll sleep right through, and then I've broken the pattern, you know. So it's overthinking, though. It's overthinking that is doing it, and you have to remember to bring in your angels for a restful and, you know, to sleep deeply, etc. So it feels to me that you've all got your answers and things, and that there are messages in there for all of you. Of course, more protection, remembering that the more that your psychic, and I'm just going to say this, that the more that your abilities open, and this is for number 1 or number 2, the more that your abilities are expanding, the more sensitive you become to energy. So you must make sure that you are protecting yourself. Because imagine me, right? So imagine me totally in tune, always been empathic, right? Then I open up, I've been doing this for a very long time, since I was like 15. Then I open up something online where you've got the whole world at you, right? So if I was picking up on, thousands of people all day, every day, I would just give up. This is what happens to a lot of people that do my job. They can't keep going because they're overwhelmed with everybody and everything and every issue and every crisis, and going through your own crises and having worldwide crises. Who does everybody go to? I'm going to go talk to a psychic or a medium or a spiritual guide or something like that. So, people who don't have control of their energy are going to be completely wiped out very, very quickly. And if you're feeling that way, that will tell you that you're not protecting yourself properly, that you're absorbing other people's crap. It's not even your crap, that you haven't placed yourself in a permanent pyramid of protection that reinforces itself as needed, and that you're too connected with other people in their life. If I was to do that, I would not be here. How could you focus when you have thousands of people at you, day and night, and constantly messaging, and you've got to constantly message them back and all that sort of stuff? I don't get involved. It's like, here's the answer and that's the end of it. People are often like, wow, I know this is a lot for you. No, it isn't. It's your stuff. I'm completely detached from it. That's the way you win. You want to have your abilities, but you've got to be able to control them. You've got to switch off. You can't be on with the light on all the time. I've seen that happen to people, and they go crazy. They will eventually just go crazy because it's too much all of the time. So in this way, with the things that you're learning, the things that you're growing with, you want to expand, but you also want to expand your protection at the same time. Make sure that you are not draining yourself out with everybody else's drama, causing you not to be able to sleep. The other thing is that intestinal problems happen, and they can occur when you're trying to sleep, right? Because that's your time where everything's sort of settling down, and you're in that sleep energy. But if your intestines are not working correctly, then you may be up too at that time of night, which means that you're having trouble absorbing something, right? So this could make sense for people who are grieving as well. You just can't get it, so you've got to take care of yourself on every level. This is what all of the energy here is for. Your crystals, your angels, your oils, calming yourself, reminding yourself of things, is extremely important as well. As you're going forward, you're reminding yourself, okay, what am I getting frustrated about? What really is that frustration coming from? Is it because I'm putting too much weight or emphasis on what someone's going to think, or am I frustrated with myself, or am I frustrated with them? Really analyzing yourself to get yourself to the bottom of the problem, the true problem. And sometimes, you need to talk to somebody else, which is absolutely fine. When you're asking the angels for protection, we worked with one really amazing one with a huge silver sword called Kaliel. And this angel of protection, you ask for that protection in the morning. You ask to be, and I have a video, Rhonda, of it's. Look it up, Archangel Michael Permanent Shield of Protection, BDevine. Okay, just Google it, and it will come up as a video. And probably the best thing for you to do is just to listen to that video, all right, and ask for things to reinforce. If you listen to that video, it will take you through the whole process of your shielding process. There are many, many protective angels. You don't have to know all of their names. You just have to ask for the help, and also then you need to believe that it's done. So if you've asked for protection, you're not going to be getting attacked during the night. That's something else that's going on, right? If you've asked for protection, then you're not going to be protected from a lesson that you need to learn, though. You're not going to be protected in a bubble when you've got to experience something, right? But anything that's not supposed to be there will work, right? So anything that's not supposed to be there will be pushed out of your way, right, as well. But I'll be talking more with you all. Like, I just wanted to do this no cards reading, just holding on to my crystals and stuff. And I just wanted to be a little bit of a presence as many places as I can be also. So on the 8th of the 8th, I will be back and we'll do more of an intensive attunement for this Syrian energy. And also I will have a schedule. If you look at the community tab, I'm trying my best to get a schedule sort of up and going today for everybody. So you'll see kind of when I'm going to be around, kind of, because that can change. But I just try to make some kind of structure. If you're a patron, I love you. Thank you so much. You get so many discounts. And we do personal private webinars. And we do channeling sessions, and you get extra readings and things. It's only $5. To become a patron, you get access to discounts and all kinds of stuff, and a great community. So this Saturday we'll most likely have an auction. Yes. Try to be with you all as much as I can. So look out for the schedule. Okay. Fantastic. Yay, Sonia. I'm just about to go, but I hope you will enjoy a message for number 1, number 2. Yes. So, oh, great. Excellent. Okay. Thank you, G, for putting up the Shield of Protection link. That's fantastic. It's just simpler than going through it all again. Try it. It'll really, really help you. Okay. Excellent. You're welcome. So I hope your readings were good. And until the next time, lots of love to G Mason. We're going to be talking to him really soon, doing a podcast thing. Thank you to my husband, of course, for being here every single time. Thank you to everybody. And if you want your own personal readings, healing, mentoring, clearings, house clearings, ongoing stuff, whatever you need, please BDevineOnline.com. Until the next time, lots of love, many blessings. Bye for now. Bye, everyone. You're welcome. Bye.